Hey Student Success, this is your week 8 video, which means this is your last video for our class. This is the official last week of the semester for this 8-week session, which also, as I have in the announcements, means we are closing up on a Friday. So Friday, March 12th. This class will end. Normally you're used to Sundays, so hopefully you're seeing the announcements, you see it on your syllabus, and you're hearing it now that this class is over on Friday, March 12th. I do that because then I take the weekend to make sure all the grades are ready to go, and then of course spring break is the next week. So just keep that in mind that all assignments are due Friday. All right, so if we take a look at our lessons, I know in your syllabus for week 8 you had 2 assignments down, the Cultural Intelligence Survey and the Chapter 3 survey. Now, I like the Chapter 3 assignment. However, during a pandemic, I don't promote it because it does ask you to get with groups of people to brainstorm different ideas. And so for that purpose, I've just crossed out that assignment. So really in this week 8, you have the Cultural Intelligence Survey assignment, and then this is ongoing. Your Student Services Workshop certificate is finally due. So really you only have one new assignment, and then you just need to make sure you submit your assignment when it is due. By this Friday, you've had all semester to get that in. So real quickly, in the materials folder, technically this week covers chapters 3 and 9. So I have both of those pulled up. I'll just bring up chapter 3 first. So chapter 3 is thinking about thought. So what does that mean? It's talking about metacognition and critical thinking and problem solving. And so I will encourage you to kind of look through, well, what are the different types of thinking? And so this does bring up Bloom's taxonomy and the different levels of understanding. And this is kind of the basic level. We want to understand, we want to be able to remember information, and then it builds all the way up to creating, which is kind of considered the ultimate type of knowledge, is being able to create something new from your knowledge. Okay, so that'll all talk about kind of the different levels of knowing, and then the next section talks about critical thinking. So we all can think, we're all proficient thinkers, but we want to be critical thinkers. We want to be able to take information in and look at different perspectives, look at different points of view, kind of really dig deeper and look at something other than the surface level. And not only that, but also be able to consider things that don't necessarily align with your belief system. Not to change your beliefs, but to just understand different perspectives. I think that's one thing that, for whatever reason, our country has a hard time with. We don't want to hear the other side. We just are so firmly rooted on whatever our own beliefs are, without even listening to other points of view. And that's what critical thinkers do. They listen to different points of view. It doesn't mean they have to change their opinion, but it does allow them to kind of think of different things. So that's what that section talks about. We also, in chapter 3, talks about like that aha moment, like how do you get to this creative place? So you have critical thinking, and then you also have creative thinking, which is a different kind of skill set. So how can you become more of a creative, like out of the box thinker? And then we also have problem solving and decision making, which we do on an everyday basis. And so this will walk you through kind of like the 6-step decision making process, because ultimately you want to be a deliberate, thoughtful decision maker. You don't want to just make big life decisions on a whim. You want to be able to have thought through your options, evaluate those options, understand what they are, gather resources. So that's what that section will talk about. And I apologize, they use 4 steps. In my other class, we use 6 steps. So I just kind of combine that together. So that is chapter 3. So I encourage you to look through that information. All right, chapter 9, the social world of college. I think this is really unique to community colleges. We have to push ourselves, I guess, because we don't have dorms where we can really kind of connect with people. We go to class and we go home as a commuter college. So some of this will kind of apply to some of you more than others. It just depends where you are in your life, really. If you are young, you might need some of this keys on social interaction. Sometimes maybe if you're not so young, we need a reminder of how to appropriately interact with other people. So I encourage you to kind of take a look to see, like, do you need to brush up on some communication skills, whether it's verbal or nonverbal? Do you need to kind of improve your listening skills? So it goes through all of that, and how to balance like being social social as well as your schoolwork. I think something that can be applicable to everyone, though, is just making sure that you acknowledge that we do live and work in a very diverse society. And so we have to be aware of, first, what is diversity? There's lots of different types of diversity. It's not just, a lot of people think of diversity as, oh, our racial background. No, that's not the only way we can be diverse. We can be diverse in lots of ways. And so this kind of goes through the different types of diversity. Look at all that. Tons of different ways we can be diverse. Why diversity is actually a beneficial thing. And then just making sure that you are accepting and acknowledging diversity and what we can do in kind of an academic setting. And then finally talking about like campus groups, how we can be involved. Speaking of, I can't remember if we've talked about this in this class. I apologize. I make 5 to 7 videos a week. And so sometimes it runs together what I discussed in one class and what I don't. So chapter 9 talks about like campus groups. Well, we do have, student clubs here on campus. So you could click that. And there's all the student organizations we have, quite a bit here, and different ways to get involved on campus and making sure that, we build our resume, but also network and get connected to other people. So that is what chapter 9 is all about. So we're going to go back into week 8. We're going to go to the assignment. As I said, I crossed out chapter 3, so you're not even going to see chapter 3 when you get in here. You're going to go right to the Cultural Intelligence Survey. You're going to click on it, and it's going to open up to one of these that hopefully you're familiar with now, where it's going to kind of walk you through. And
Cultural intelligence plays.
You're going to answer some questions. Please make sure you let it run all the way through the end of the very last slide, and then your grade will automatically be recorded, and then just double check in the grade book that it went in. So that is due, and that'll count for week 8 attendance by Friday, March 12th. Again, Friday is when your Cultural Intelligence Survey is due, and if you have not submitted your Student Services assignment, you want to make sure that you submit that certificate by Friday as well. Hopefully in week 7, you took advantage of week 2 being reopened if you needed to. During week 8, week 3 will be reopened on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for anyone who needs to make up points from that beginning of the semester. You can already see that it's scheduled to reopen Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of week 8, so you can make up those points. Thank you all for a great semester. I really enjoyed interacting with you online. If you need anything as you progress throughout the college, please let me know. And as soon as you're done with week 8 in the course, I will email you inside Blackboard and let you know. Some of you are already finished by this time because I opened up week 8 early, but I hope everyone has a great spring break and a great rest of the spring semester. Bye.